Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and whoops, welcome back to Runers. So, I'm going to be playing an Elven Archer with Shock, or Spark, or something like that. Essentially, three things that I've never started with before. I kind of look like a hobbit. Alright. Never actually realized this fired as fast as it does. Well, that actually kind of makes the case that I should probably use this spell more often. Jeez. That shoots fast. Like, fast and accurate, too. So, note to self, remember this spell if I ever want to complement to, I guess, a whole boatload of spells. Anyway, so since we're the elf, we get minus 2% to all stats, but we get a plus... Can I... Oh, interesting. How does this work? Well, that was actually pretty exciting. So... so the elf gives +2 to all rune levels, but minus 2% all stats. The archer, I mean, you guys essentially saw it. I charge up for a little bit, and then proceed to fire off loads of arrows at pretty much everything. Both are pretty decent. Unfortunately, I have not exactly, I was distracted by what I was doing, and did end up getting hit a couple of times there when I probably didn't need to, but it's life. And we get a water rune. So, I'm just gonna plop it right in. Let's get us a droplet. At the very least, this way we're going to have a fair amount of damage right off the bat from both spells. Yep, that was a good choice, especially with the rat's nests. So, between the knockback and the, AoE damage, we should have a lot less trouble getting through things. Interestingly, though, the droplet is actually affecting the cooldown rate of the lightning. Oh, let's turn that off. Yeah, that's really fascinating that would even work that way. That's really frustrating, honestly. Because the moment I start firing the droplet, they just completely slow down everything. Unless that's the global cooldown? I don't know. Like, there might be some kind of weird global cooldown issue that comes from it, but it just kind of sucks that would even be a problem in this game. Well, let's just use our arrow spam because, I mean, why not? We're here. Because we've got a lot of everybody, might as well just use it to clear it out. And there we go, Burrower. So, first and foremost, the archer class, actually pretty good. I would totally consider using it in the future. But, we got air and light. Neither of which are particularly useful. What I'm hoping for this build is to do a sniper build. The long-range lightning spell would be really nice. Because I'd really like to be able to, just kind of stay at a distance and shoot people. And I know I could do like a quadruple black wind build or something stupid like that, but I've already done that before, so I'm gonna try and keep away from spells that I've already used before in like large quantities. Because I've been using way too much Lights Nova, I've been using way too much, Black Wind. Supernova, I guess. Not really. I've been trying to go for a double lightning build, but I think that would be best left for a different run. Because right now, I'm just interested in, I don't know, something new? Mainly I'm just interested in doing something unique. Because the last couple runs have been very similar to each other, and, honestly... would very much like to do something new again, because it gets a little bit boring from time to time. At some point, I would love to do the the quadruple or octuple mind rune run. So if I can get a lot of mind runes from this, that would be a really good thing. But no idea if and when we're going to get that. Now, the one thing about this build is it pretty much, by nature, encourages you to have as many variety triple spells as possible, purely because the elf, +2 to all rune levels, -2% to all other, all stats. So, in this case, we're moving slightly slower, we take actually a little bit less damage, no, we do a little bit less damage, take more damage. Cooldowns are a bit slower, but realistically, it's, gotta stop saying that. Honestly, I've been saying realistically far too often. Is this Rift Defender? It is. I'll come back for it. I think we need a little bit more power before we go in. But Actually, oh, I don't actually remember what I was talking about before I got derailed with the honestly thing. Okay, but anyway, if I can get a bunch of triple spells that use 3 different runes, they're all going to benefit because each rune is going to be buffed up baseline 2 across the board. So if I can get some good triples that way, then it's probably going to work out better than if I, say, did the octuple rune thing at some point. If I'm going to do the octuple rune thing, I'll probably do it with, like, the Orc class. I've been looking at that one, or not Orc class, the Blessing in the Orc. I don't know. I always think the thing on the left is actually the class, and the thing on the right is the... but I guess it's race and then class, come to think of it. Oh well, let's see. So we've got multiple event rooms in here, and ideally... Okay, here's something that I can do. It's statues. I just got to avoid... shoot, having the... having auto fire on actually makes this a little bit harder. Oh, and I failed to kill that statue in a short amount of time. Ideally, I'd like to take out the floating brain before it turns back into a statue. Thank you very much. Because really did not want to, don't like having 3 different lines coming off. At that point, it's just confusing. Okay, so we got this event room in the bag, unless something absolutely terrible happens. Doubt it. Now, as far as spells go that I currently have equipped, I'm probably going to get rid of... Shock as soon as possible. It's just not... It's not working anymore, which is kind of a shame. I'm gonna try defense 5%. Let's see what happens. Oh, it does just decrease the damage you take by X amount. Still not very good, but whatever. Probably should have gone for crit chance. That generally is probably a better thing just to work with. Okay, if there's ever a good spot for me to use my class ability, now would be the time. Come on, arrow spam. Thank you so much. Oh, that was good. Okay, so we get an entropy rune. I find those have been dropping very rarely recently, which is kind of odd for me. I was expecting, you know, loads and loads of entropy runes, what, maybe not the last run, but a run prior. And just, no, weird. Okay, so let's grab the health. And I could probably do Portal Protector, no problem. But first, let's see what triple spells can I make. Runedex. Okay. Creatable spells. There we go. Now I can make Black Wind, absorb Nacreus's Cloud. Oh, I could make Particle Spray. I'm going to try it. If only I remember which one was Particle Spray. That? No. Water Entropy Light? There we go. So Particle Spray, gonna get rid of Droplet. Let's see if between the couple of them, that will be good enough to take out everybody in the portals. Okay, so judging by Particle Spray and the shock spell I'm putting off right now, I should actually... Yeah, I should be casting at full speed for both of them, which is perfect. Because as long as I'm actually hitting everybody, then we should be able to just kind of wreck them as they get closer. Should be good. I'm gonna quickly charge this. Nope. Ah, damn. Should have charged my arrow spam earlier. I was close. Ooh. Increase health pack healing by 3. Okay, that's gonna be really helpful here. Didn't actually manage to get the event. Probably part of it is just I did not have enough spells to rebuke them. But, oh well, doesn't matter that much. So, let's see. Bit of a forewarning for this episode. If I pause every once in a while, it's because I'm playing with a very, runny nose. I'm allergic to whatever is around where I currently live. And it's one of those where it's like every once in a while I have to stop just to sneeze. Anyway, let's grab the hearts, head for the staircase. We're full health. We've got at least one triple spell. And it doesn't get a damage boost from the elf, from us being an elf, but at the same time, it does get some other things which are kind of nice. So we can do entropy levels, cooldowns. I want to see if I can get that back down a little bit, because if I can get our cooldowns down low to a pretty reasonably small level, I'll probably put us in a really good spot. Also, a little bit disappointed that, okay, interesting question. For spells like Lights Nova and Particle Spray is the potential to crit based on every time you cast it or every time a particle hits an enemy. I don't know. That's actually a really interesting thing I've never thought of. Anyway. Oh, this is the lights again. Okay. Let's see. Bottom, left. Oh, jeez. Okay. Bottom, left. This one. This. Damn. Must have been like the middle one or something like that. That one's always a little bit hard, especially if you are having trouble with the very early on stuff. Okay, so the one problem with the archer is it does definitely have some trouble in the beginning. Like, surely by the fact that you don't get... Well, you have to wait, like, what, 5 to 6 seconds before you can cast your spells? And usually at that point, the need for the class ability is already up. But I can still see the benefits of it, especially if you can keep away from enemies for a very short period of time. In this case, not so much so. So right now we've got a crazy amount of aim, or not aim, but like a crazy amount of particles coming out. Not a lot of damage to go along with it, and unfortunately, there's no good way to boost up particle spray so it's better. Ooh, really? Wow. Nope, don't pick up the health. Okay, another event room. Let's see what this one is. Looks like it's escort. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start out class ability. Oh, wait, no, it's not escort. Oh, it's the trap where we're tiny. Well, I charged up our arrow spam first and foremost, so that should help pretty substantially here. We've got a couple of level 2 imps, which are a concern, but luckily for them, unlike pretty much every other type of enemy you could run into, them I can actually keep my eyes out. That's the speedsters and stuff that I'm concerned about. So I think I'm actually taking them out. And this one doesn't look like it has a time limit either, so it's either, you know, my death or theirs. Which is nice, because it pretty much means I can't fail it. Okay, so we get more cooldown reduction, and there's Banshee Whale, Class Synergy, meh, Entopic Body, eh, Gravity Collapse. Honestly, most of these are pretty awful. I'm actually going to go with Banshee Whale. It knocks back enemies whenever they get close to me. Or not whenever they get close to me, but whenever I use my class ability. So for pretty much any time I need to use my class ability, it's probably because I'm surrounded and there are a lot of enemies. And so me having Banshee's Whale makes it easy to, well, it's kind of like a primary effect, knockback, followed by a secondary effect, everything dies. And ideally, that would be far more effective than just one or the other. Honestly, though, most of those effects are kind of mediocre, but we did get cooldown reduction, and we do have Double Doctor at this point. So between the two of those, we should be pretty well off. Honestly, like, getting Double Doctor that early on essentially means we're going to be full health whenever we leave a floor, give or take. Unfortunately, the knockback from our arrow spam is not nearly as substantial as I would like, but at the same time, it'll do, I guess. Holy crap, that's a lot of hearts. That's an excessive amount, and I'm okay with that, because that essentially means we're going to be pretty much full health all the time, forever. Or at least going on to level 3, which is usually pretty crucial. I should probably also sit down at some point and actually, you know, use all the runes that I've collected. Chain Lightning wouldn't be bad, actually. I know I could do the long-range lightning. Yeah, I might actually be able to afford that at this point, actually. It's just the question of, do I want enemy clearing potential, or do I want... Oh, I can do droplet as well here. So I can actually start doing quad shots type stuff. That's another thing that I would like to do as far as a build goes, and might attempt to do here, because if I could do quad long shot, that would be really cool. Because, I mean, currently we're a bit on the shorter range side of things. We're full health. I got plenty of hearts sitting around anyway. Okay. Let's quickly look at what we got. Do I have enough? Runedex. Creatable spells. Okay, so I could make Striker. Which is, okay. Does not do much damage, though. Oh well. Beacon. No, I don't want that one. Or Obsidian Cloud. Obsidian Cloud seems kind of neat, but I think what we're going to want to do is Striker. Because now we've essentially got 2 short range that are constantly firing, and 2 longer ranges that can do some more substantial things to enemies. Oh, and it looks like using my class ability. Didn't even realize it. But I think we're firing out. Yeah, we're firing off everything. So the quad shot build has actually been completed in a very odd way. So ideally, would like to get... I would actually like to get more strikers, potentially. Because if I could have... Oh, man. If I could have a lot of lightning runes... I know it wouldn't happen, but if I could, that'd be great. Because what I would do is have left bumper, right bumper as striker. And then... I don't know what I would do for my... I don't know what I would... Yeah. Something close range, and, like... Honestly, I would actually prefer to have double lightning, double striker. Because the double lightning would essentially be everything close to me would die. Or, like, remotely in front of me. And then everything far away from me would die. I'm taking a lot of damage here. For being a long-range build, I'm getting put into a lot of awkward situations. Well, doesn't matter that much. I would like some more speed at some point. But, as I was saying earlier, we're going to be leaving this floor full health, so I don't have to worry too much about anything. Just gotta, you know, not die instantaneously in a room. Because having the doctor bags really helps. Okay, time to turn off the auto fire. It gets a little bit noisy from time to time. And by time to time, I really mean just all the time. Wow, I didn't even have to go back for half of the runes. So, what do we even need at this point? Cooldown reduction is great. Wow, I've been just stacking that in doctor bags, and I'm okay with it. So, what is our cooldown? Currently, it's 10% reduction. Could get that farther. I got a triple, so let's see. Oh, yeah. I mean, the other thing I could do is just pile a bunch of shock runes into Striker, because it's pretty solid. Let's see. So, Particle Spray really isn't that great, and Spark does not increase damage based on what runes you put in. So, let's make us a triple, and then, what's these three make? Expulsion. Creates an area around the caster that causes extreme force to enemies that touch it. Lasts the duration of maximum number of hits. Each enemy can only be affected by expulsion once every second. So, 3 maximum hits. Might be more because of what we got. I don't know. Interesting. Not a bad spell, actually. I'll put it into storage. As soon as we get our next spell slot, I'll probably put it there, because realistically... Gotta stop saying that. I'm going to be using Quad Shot most of this. Like, honestly, I would prefer to keep all of my bumpers clear of, like, a passive effect. Because when it comes down to it... Ow. Get away from me. When it comes down to it, I would very much prefer to just keep shooting this much. Droplet is probably going to be the next spell I replace, considering Particle Spray and Striker do a fair amount of damage. Hey, we already found the boss. Oh. I don't have any speed runes. I really hope this isn't Blazia. It's Nimbus. Okay. Well, in that case, that makes things a little bit interesting. So, Nimbus is honestly one of the easiest bosses to fight, probably. He's just a little bit obnoxious, especially if you don't have the adequate damage to take out all the Pushmons, or the Tornaduses. But, should be fine, just, you know, might be a little bit injured by the time I leave here. I guess the one thing I could have done that probably would have helped would be... I could have actually cleared part of the level first, seeing if I could have gotten, like, something a little bit more powerful, but also could have seen about just having a couple of health, like, sitting around after this. But at the same time, there's the thing of, after I kill Nimbus, I do get a couple of health packs, so we got that. And I'm actually going to use my class ability, clear out a number of these Pushmons and Tornaduses, just with arrows. Not actually sure how much it works. Not nearly as well as I was hoping. But, at the same time, Nimbus is not damaged by our spells, so, I mean, realistically, as far as we don't get stabbed too much, gotta stop saying that. Then again, probably the more I say, gotta stop saying that, the more you guys are even clued into the fact that I am saying it. Oh, right. I gotta remember, I have Quad Shot, and I have to actively use... Oh, he's doing that thing. I hate it when he does that thing. The thing about Nimbus is, he doesn't shoot you up until the very end, at which point then he starts shooting you. Okay, now with Quad Shot on, we're actually doing enough damage that we can generally kick everyone's butts. Huh. The cooldown on our class ability shorter than I thought it was? I thought it was a whole minute. Guess it's not. Anyway, we've got him on the run, and the 2 health packs he drops are going to pretty much knock us all the way back up to full. Thank you, Doctor. Okay, so we could do Collective Maniac, or we could do Floating. Perfect. So now we are going to move at a fairly rapid pace, which is nice. Now let's make sure we don't go to the next floor, because I would like to clear the level. Probably should have actually left that health pack alone for the time being, but with luck, we'll get more. Otherwise, I guess I'm just stupid. I don't know. Okay, back to quad shotting, because can't forget that. So we've got 1 air rune. That's honestly kind of pitiful. Oh well. I'll just deal with it, I guess. Because we got water. I don't know what water air is. I don't actually know if I have any good water runes that haven't, or the water rune spells that I haven't already just kind of like written off at this point because I want to. Oh, hey, double water. I could potentially do frost spray and replace, switch some stuff out. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Frost spray does a lot of damage, but it does also run into the, thing that it doesn't really utilize the elfin ability that well. So, there's that. And, yeah, as long as I'm quad-shotting here, I'm actually in a really good spot. Because we do stupid amounts of damage at all ranges. Hey, there's a shock rune. Now, gonna see if I can piss that guy off. Should not have actually picked up the health pack. Oh well. We should be fine. I'm doing stupid amounts of damage here, so I'm feeling fairly confident. Let's see. What can I make? So, let's put that there. I'm going to put the shock rune into Striker, because that one scales damage pretty well. What's Water, Water, Air do? Bubble. Makes a bubble that grows and will pop the first enemy that touches it. It's cooldown. Fairly long, but it does a lot of damage. So, I'm actually going to put it there. Go by Expulsion. I like the idea of Expulsion, and I might actually use it later on, but I want to use Bubble, because, well, I mean, it could actually be pretty powerful. Could actually be pretty useless. I don't know. It's an interesting question. Anyway, there's another health pack. We don't need it, because we are a boss. And where's the... Oh, the door down is 1 room over. Go figure. I wonder why I couldn't find it. Okay, so first off, let's use Bubble. Okay. Bubble, worthless. Bubble is very worthless. I'm going to get that out of my repertoire, I'm going to get that out of my inventory as soon as possible. It just... that Shrouded Ninja. Kind of a super jerk. Let's see if I can get all of the arrows to go for him. Or whatever. Hey, we get an Earth Rune, at the very least. Okay. Shrouded Ninjas are down, and I'm actually going to have enough double combiners to actually make another triple. This run has been full of them. Unfortunately, I don't think I have enough runes to actually utilize a triple combiner. Weird. Okay. I forgot I'm supposed to get rid of Bubble because it's worthless and awful. Oh well, I'll just stick over here and shoot them from a distance, because unfortunately a lot of the enemies seem to have unlimited range. I just don't. Interesting question also, is the attack of the Shrouded Ninja actually considered a spell, or is it a unique attack that I don't get access to? I have no idea. And that's something I'd be kind of interested to find the answer out. Oh well. So, we might actually not be leaving this floor full health. The previous room kind of messed me up in terms of that. Should be fine. Yeah, because currently I just have Speed Earth, so I can't make any more triple combos. Oh. It's the Fireborn Voidling. Well, actually, this is probably the best situation for fighting him that I could have possibly asked for. I gotta be careful, but I can essentially shoot him and just stay well enough away. Oh. Unless I don't know where he is. Oh, that's a lot of damage clouds. At least the damage clouds don't do a whole lot of damage. It's the flaming ring that's a serious problem. Also the big spinny flying sword thing. Both of those are pretty freaking annoying. Okay. Also watch out for that one. Does a little bit more damage than I want to deal with. Wow. He's putting up damage zones like nobody's business. Not appreciated. Just keep avoiding. I'll be full health by the end of this. And did he give us a heart? No, he gave us a fire rune at the very least. Okay, can't complain about that. I could actually do Fire, Earth, Speed. Interesting triple. Let's get through here. Looks like we get an event room, and I don't know. We might barely be full health by the time we get through. Really does depend on how the event room goes. What kind of event room is it? Oh, it's arena. Oh, that makes everything really easy. Freaking mud golem. You ain't nothing on me. I'm a champ. I am a champion among men. Mostly amongst, I don't know, other people. Plus, is that a +5 bandit? I think it is. Well, note to self, avoid him. Probably does a fair amount of damage. Don't really want to deal with it. The one problem with Striker is, it's a +4 bandit to follow up that act. Oh well, they're not that powerful. Yeah, these are +5s. I didn't even realize they would get up that high. Ow. Okay, so let's just continue the trend of cooldown reduction. And, these are less useful. So there's impromptu armor. That's pretty useless. Seeking bullet. Actually, that's not bad. I do kill a lot of enemies. Because there's that, there's... no. Yeah, we're going to go with Wild Burst. We kill enough enemies that it's probably worthwhile. Okay, next up, let's switch out Expulsion for Bubble. Bubble, worthless. Maybe there's a use for Bubble. Maybe it's better than I give it credit for. But as it stands now, it's one of those where it's like, it's very small, very short, and very situational. I'd essentially have to be up close and personal with everybody for it to even be remotely worth it. And at that point, I'd rather just use Flame Devil, because Flame Devil has a substantially shorter cooldown. Anyway, let's go back, grab those couple of hearts. It's not going to put us back up to full, but it's going to put us a lot closer than we are now. Go figure. Yeah, we're not going to be full. We're just going to be close. And that's going to be good enough for me. So, I'd hate to die with the triple combiner here. So, worst comes to worst, if I start taking loads of damage, we'll make Fire, Earth, Speed. And who knows, maybe it's a good spell or not. I do not know. Actually, come to think of it, might as well. It's not like anything's stopping us. Let's make a triple Fire, Earth, Speed. What did we get? It's called Fusion. Fire a simple Fire, Earth, or Speed bullet that stops shortly after firing. Colliding another bullet with that one will fuse them together, amplifying their effects. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of Bubble. Keep that. Let's see how Fusion and Particle Spray work together. This Fusion might actually be... oh... okay, so what I'm going to do is actually take Fusion, switch it for Droplet, put Droplet there. There we go. Because Fusion is a sniper spell, as far as I can tell. Might not really be that good because it requires you to be largely stationary, but who knows. Anyway, we could do light levels, knockback, or damage. Let's go with damage. Go to the next floor, because honestly, we got a lot of spells. A little bit of damage would be nice. So the thing about Fusion is, as long as you can stand in place for a couple, you can... oh, that's going to be a fun spell. It does a fair amount of damage baseline, too. Unfortunately, first couple shots... ooh, hello. I wonder if the damage effect, like if an enemy runs into them, if they get hit. I have no idea. Interesting question, but it excites me in a lot of ways. Because as long as I can actually pelt the next one, or, you know, get back to it, I can actually, like, fuse them together in really interesting ways. Probably shouldn't have picked up that health pack, but whatever. I'm enjoying Fusion as a spell. It was not what I was expecting when I made it. I figured it was going to be worthless. Turns out, actually really powerful in very interesting ways. Because I leave these zones that I essentially want to revisit and charge up. Oh, that's effective. And looks like we got a bunch of zombies. Don't like the Zambles. Freaking hatchet Zambles. They're jerks. But as long as I can get back... oh, wow. Some of these are really powerful. Like, I think it's one spell through speed or something like that does nonsense spread attacks. That's awesome. I'd love to do triple fusion at some point. Just, oh man, can you imagine how nuts that would be? Having 4 of them, I'd just be pelting off shots left and right. Ooh. Yeah, so if I can get more fire, earth, and speed runes, then I know what I want. Uh-oh. We've got hatchet zombies, and they're jerks. We've also got the Mystic statue, which, oh jeez, this is not the room I wanted to be in. Not in any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna use this. I don't think it does anything remotely worthwhile right now. Okay, let's just fire off some of these. So, luckily, as soon as we take out the hatchet zombie... Actually, is everything dead? Everything is dead. Okay, so we get a lot of fire runes, a lot of air runes. No speed rune, so I can't do double fusion. And again, probably don't need to, because what I want to do instead... I want to keep Spark. We're just going to pump all of these fire runes into fusion. So fusion is far more powerful. Increase the size. That's a really good spell. I like that. And let's boost up the radius of Striker. So, what do we need? Probably something good to replace Shock. Spark? I don't know. Because between the two of them, freaking bandit aces stealing my shiz. That's not appreciated. Yeah, between all of my spells, like Particle Spray is not the best, but when it comes down to it, it's still a pretty solid spell. Hey, we're full health. Oh shoot, there's still one more. Surprise! So, oh, let's just back away from that. Let's let the sniping handle up, and I'm missing. And I'm missing hard. Oh well, doesn't matter. Yeah, being a long-range person has serious perks right now. Makes my life so much easier. Who is even still alive? Oh, it's just a random floating brain. Okay, so. Yeah, but between Particle Spray, it doesn't do much damage, but it is still decent from a clearing perspective on things. And Striker is very solid as a base spell. And, yep, whatever that was nonsense. Anyway. Striker's a really solid long-range spell, which I love. Oh, wait. He's actually hitting me from there. Didn't look like he was hitting me, but he was hitting me. Anyway, Striker is probably our most solid spell, so... the problem is, what I want are shock runes. Because if I could get... not another Striker... Well, if I can max out Striker, that would be a solid thing. But if I could get double lightning to replace... you know, singular lightning, or even better than that, chain lightning would actually be really solid, because we don't... I'd prefer to have a mix of medium range, long range at this point. Yet, it looks like the bullets that we leave on the ground actually act as, like, mines, too. Solid. Oh, picked up another health rune that probably didn't need. Doesn't matter, I've got another one sitting around in escrow, so as long as I don't take too much damage, I'm going to be fine here. So, yeah, we've got two very solid long-range spells. It's just our short mid-range is a little bit weaker. And I was thinking, Chain Lightning, unfortunately, you know, it's Chain Lightning, so it's going to require more shock runes, which I prefer. Uh-oh, let's keep away from that. Yeah, more shock runes would pretty much make it so we wouldn't be able to upgrade our super fancy spells, but at the same time, doesn't matter too much. Bam! Seriously. Fusion is nuts. I love it. Okay, so we've got like 2 more rooms left. And, yeah, so Frost Blast wouldn't be bad. A lot of runes to boost up fusion. A lot of, if I could get a bunch of runes, really just the rune drop increase perk, that would be really nice. Because I've got a lot of spells that I want to boost up. And realistically, between fusion and the Elven spell, hey, event room, and it's the arena. So, between Fusion and Striker and stuff, we're actually really solid in terms of, like, utilizing the Elven ability. Because when I was starting Elf, I was like, well, I do tend to do a lot of, like, homogenous type spells. But what if I don't? What if I actually can manage to get a bunch of nice combo type spells? Looks like I succeeded. Okay, let's just pummel this guy back with crazy amounts of knockback. Beautiful. Okay, so I could get a triple combiner. Or I could just keep with the cooldown reduction. Next up, we leveled up so we could do damage control. Wait a minute, it takes 10% of the damage you take. Tempting. Status effect, 20% armor. I don't know. Seems situationally more useful. And, oh wait, the health was over here. There we go. And we can go on to the next level. No problem. So, I'm feeling really good about this run. Are we going to make it very far? I don't know. But we're going to make it far enough that I feel pretty happy about this run. I could increase our HP, air levels, or... I don't know. I'm not using a whole lot of air. I think I have air and particle spray and striker, but it's not very useful. Let's go with max HP. Kind of feeds into Doctor Bag, and just in general should be a good thing. I don't know. I mean, it's really just kind of the most generic passive benefit that you can get, but, you know, extra health is always nice, especially with the fact that we're going to always be largely full health whenever we leave the floor, just by the fact that, you know, Doctor is such a solid thing. So, oh, we don't even have to worry about the summoners for once, which is nice. We do have to worry a little bit about things getting close to us, because the thing is, I'm not exactly... Oh, geez, we actually took a fair amount of damage there. Oh, that's why. It was a +1 summoner, so it must have had, like, some extra super special awesome spell. Oh, well, does not matter that much. We already have plenty of health. Interestingly enough, first Mind Rune I've run across this entire run. Also, Mindlessness would be really nice. Anyway, let's put up our shield. That actually helps pretty substantially. No bats. Fun. Okay, so, note to self, that spell's actually pretty solid. Keep it around. Oh, should probably not piss off any more treants. There we go. Let's turn off the auto fire. Let's turn on just the lightning auto fire. It's very specific, so I can take out the rocks. Looks like that's all of it. We have 2 hearts sitting around at this point, which is great, because, oh, looks like we're up against the Bombardier. Well, I think I would say I'm maybe not uniquely set up to be fighting the Bombardier right now, but I'm in a very good position for it, unlike normal. Which, you know, normally I'm running kind of a melee build, and I'm not running a melee build right now. I'm running a badass ranged build that only seems to be doing some amount of damage to him, which kind of sucks. Oh well, I mean, I should be alright here. I just gotta, ooh, ow, ooh. Okay. Rethink the tactics here. Now, his bombs, okay. You know what? We're not gonna win this normally. We gotta get in and get gutsy here, because he's just as much of a sniper as we are, but we have multiple more shots than he does. God, freaking that confusion is nuts. Okay, let's just, there we go. Death. Whew. Okay, so we get a light rune for our problems, and we're gonna have to go back for those couple of health packs that we left behind. But, you know what? We're still in a really solid position here. I was hoping I could keep those around, so, you know, kind of backup type stuff, but didn't end up working that way. Doesn't matter that much. Yeah, so I guess I'm kind of discounting how much basic lightning spell works in conjunction with everything else. Okay, yeah, I guess part of it, the sniper build is worthless if you can't stand stillish, because, well, as much as I like fusion, it does kind of suck when you have to constantly be dodging things. Okay, what event is this? Oh, it's this one. I don't know. Let's try it. So first and foremost, let's see if I can clear everybody out, and then, oh shoot, rumblers are scary. So, ideally, like to move some of these down, cleared out. Oh, we're taking a lot of damage here, and I'm confused by something. Well, at the very least, we've got particle spray and our really fancy long-range spells. If I die on an event room, I'm going to be a little pissed, and it's probably going to be the Hatchet Zombie's fault. At least we do so much damage that... or so much knockback. Let's see if I can knock it in slow. Got it. Okay. That hurt a lot. Let's put it into defense. We don't have any health runes left. We're in a serious danger. So I gotta stay very careful. Okay. Oh, that's nice. So the knockbats spell we've got going for us actually knocks back the hellbats. Oh, shoot. Gotta cast that again. So we're still in serious danger. We might die very quickly. Wait. Okay, something was doing some kind of like confusion type spell, so I couldn't move around. So I started beelining for that heart over up and to the right. I died with a triple combiner. Shit. But I started beelining for the heart and immediately just beelined straight for the Dark Knight. I don't know, that sucked. That was still a really good run. I think the problem we ran into is we didn't have enough runes. Like, they just weren't dropping for us, and yes, I kept using them in triples, but we had a really pitifully low rune drop rate in comparison to usual. Yeah, like, how many runes combined? I don't know. Yeah, I only got 21 runes for 5 levels. That's average of 4 runes per level. Not very good. Anyway, overall, it was still a very fun run. I liked a lot of that. I want to do fusion again, but I'd love to do, like, duo up to quad fusion, because if I could do quad fusion, we'd be in the most solid position I could ever think of. But, you know, either way, I'll see you guys on the next episode of Runers, and as always, thanks for watching.